Top of the morning, my Cadillac-ers. Top of the morning, kin folk. It's the Cadillac Talk Morning Show. I am your host, Macaroni, Big Tony Jones in the building. Salute to everybody watching this morning. Wherever you are in the world, I send you nothing but love, blessings, prayer. I hope your family's good, your health is straight, and your finances even better. And if it's your first time checking in, let me know what country, what state, what province, what street corner, what penthouse in the sky you checking in from, because we worldwide and it's nothing but love, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Sunday, and Sunday we get into some news politics from across the globe. You know what I'm talking about? Earlier in the week, we had a situation that happened in Minneapolis again. And I told y'all we had a quick discussion that we was going to get into the politics and break down the footage exactly as it is. Had that conversation in the chat. It's an open chat this morning for anybody to pop up. And, you know what I'm saying, have your opinion. Now, let's be respectful. You know what I'm saying? And, and be mindful that, hey, we should up and down like 6 o'clock. Ain't 6:01, ain't 5:59. You know what I'm talking about? Right down the middle, and we just want to call it as it is. With that being said, 100% of the vote is saying this was excessive force. This is what we're starting with this morning. Excessive force. But what are the options? In case other people want to, you know what I'm saying, bust up the poll this morning. Let me see what we got here. So here's the poll. Was Alex Pretti, I'm bad with names, I'm sorry, a would-be assassin, or was this the case of excessive force? All right, we got target assassin, excessive force, and self-defense by ICE. Right now, 100% of y'all are saying, nah, goddammit, excessive force. And we ain't happy with how the shit went down. You know what I'm talking about? So as we rocking and rolling this morning, rolling and rocking on a Sunday morning, God bless y'all souls. And let's get down to the smoke.
Right now, it's because you want to see and understand the moment an American citizen, Alex Pretti, dies at the hands of ICE agents in Minneapolis. It's not gruesome, but it's certainly graphic. And even the audio is difficult to listen to because, as you'll see and hear, there's a scuffle, there's shouting and screaming in just a moment, but then there are 10 distinct shots, at least half of them allegedly fired in self-defense. In Minneapolis, this is now the second such deadly shooting in about as many weeks. And as was the case with the first, federal officials seemed to immediately share a very precise, identical understanding of what happened, long before any formal investigation was carried out at all.
This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Here's how else the Trump administration has described the man who was just shot dead.
Yo, were they all giving a script? Holy shit. He said damn near the exact same thing the last lady said. Oh my God. Did they all get a memo saying, yo, listen, this is what y'all gotta say, man? But that seemed kind of off to me that the motherfucker said the exact same thing the last lady said. You know what I'm saying?
Assassin trying to murder, wishing to inflict harm, a domestic terrorist impeding ICE officers, brandishing a weapon, someone who violently resisted, causing an armed struggle. How much of this is accurate? Because the official narrative is so definitive about how hostile the victim was, let's back up from the scuffle itself and show what we know about what Alex Pretti was doing at the scene before he died. In this video, let's freeze it right away. This is Alex Pretti. He's face-to-face with an ICE agent. And right away, there are two questions to ask. This standoff, how heated is it? And what's Pretti holding in his hand? The video continues. We can hear continuous honking. All the noise is worth mentioning because it says something about the tenor of what's unfolding. It's loud, it's tense, ICE officers are carrying out an operation, protesters are watching, jeering, and in some cases, directly confronting those officers, which we can see about 15 seconds into the same video I just showed you. The ICE officer has a hand on Pretti, pushing him away. Pretti takes a few steps back, but then takes one large step backwards to brace himself, to stop the push. It's at this point we can answer both questions we asked earlier. How heated is this confrontation? Well, now it's physical. We also get our clearest shot at what Pretti is holding in his hands. It's a smartphone.
So hold on. As of right now, we can see they're trying to pull the brother back. All he got is a smartphone. I'm interested to find out, how did they know he had a weapon for him to be this assassin, and he came down here looking for trouble, like he was coming down here to a massacre. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that, but how would they have had the inclination to think like that when all he had was a cellular phone in his hand?
Filming the moments leading up to his own death. Let's unpause the video.
Let's go around.
Pretti is forced back to the sidewalk. But following that altercation, Pretti is still at the scene and he's still filming. This is now about 55 seconds before Pretti dies. That's his arm coming into frame. And a second later, we'll see him walking into the middle of the street, trying to wave traffic through. These two here, they're important because the ICE agent they're filming is about to get very upset. Scrubbing forward to about 30 seconds before the moment Pretti is shot dead, the agent is approaching one of the women.
What the is wrong with you?
Then we see that same agent pushing the second woman hard enough to cause her to fall down. We can fill in some of the gaps from this other angle. Keep your eye on this part of your screen. You see the agent pushing the first woman, then pushing the second. Then we see him pushing the first woman again harder. We'll play that again.
Yo, are they allowed to just do this to people? For the first time, I'm starting to understand, like, this just seems like a different type of law enforcement. Like, these niggas just seem like they gonna come out here and do whatever they want to anybody. Like, if you look the part I'm taking. Oh my God, this is, now I could understand. I mean, I did understand, but I completely understand. Like, this, I don't know, man. They got to refine this operation, man. I don't think it's working. Yeah, Lady T, good morning to you. Salute to you. Good morning to you. Shout out to everybody in Ontario. God bless your soul this morning. Lady T, I'm at a loss of words right now. I don't know which way to put it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And in just a moment, right here, we see that second woman in the lighter coat being pushed to the ground. This is our...
So Alex was trying to help. He pushed the lady. The ICE officer pushed the lady. Alex comes in. You can see his hand up like this because he's getting pepper sprayed. He was trying to defend the lady. That's not somebody who's out there trying to create a massacre. If that was the case, I think he would have already drawn out his weapon. He would have already drawn out his weapon. You know what I'm saying? Night, good morning to you. Good morning, Night. God bless your soul this morning. Shout out to everybody in New Jersey. Not talking about what we say. They probably Donald's KKK friends and are most of the ICE agents and MAGA. I'm starting to think that it seems like it's a racial thing. In the old school, we say this is some KKK shit. I think if we was in the 70s, we might be looking at Trump a little. I mean, they already looking at him sideways. But if this was the 70s, man, they might definitely associate this guy with the Ku Klux Klan. And I've never seen anything like this. Niggas is out here protesting, and y'all niggas is so aggressive.
Clearest view of the moment things escalate from the use of force to the use of weapons, some kind of chemical spray. In both cases, it's this ICE agent who appears to make the first violent move. So here's where the federal narrative starts to unravel.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Based on the videos I've seen from multiple angles.
What is he talking about? Night, you're right. So now a phone is a weapon. Them ICE agents did not know he had a weapon till after they did what they had to do and found the weapon and then said the weapon was the problem. We can see that right now, clear as day. All he had was the phone. So when he came back and he stood in front of the lady to protect her, all he had was the phone. Oh my God, I don't know how, the last one, you know what I'm saying? They get hit by the car and hey man, you might can get that one. But this one, I don't know how y'all gonna get this one. This is bad.
There is no way this is a fair recounting of what happened. We'll see in a moment, there is a handgun involved, and it does belong to Alex Pretti. But not 1 second leading up to this point in the video evidence suggests the ICE agents even know Pretti is carrying a weapon. So let's keep watching up until the point they realize he is armed. We'll pick up where Pretti is helping one of the women, while the other gets pushed to the ground. Pretti immediately tries to put himself between them, and this is where he gets pepper sprayed. Again, I don't know exactly what chemical is used here. But what I can tell you is that other agents are about to get involved. At least 1, 2, 3 other agents begin walking towards Pretti. Within just a few seconds, 3 more approach as well. They're running over. And in all, I count at least 8 who eventually descend on Pretti, wrestling him to the ground. This part...
8 agents? What were they gonna do to him? If 8 on 1, you won't even get to your weapon by the time we done do what we gotta do to you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me you were scared. 8 of y'all. All of y'all got vests on. All y'all got, man. I don't know how they gonna spin this one, bro. I don't know how you're gonna spin this one, man.
Part is hard to watch because it's clear from various moments in the video, like here, for example, about 9 seconds away now from Pretti's death, he doesn't appear to be attacking anyone at all, which raises serious questions about how Homeland Security describes what we're seeing.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
Both of Pretti's hands are visible here. He's protected.
Yo, I'm sorry, man. Listen, bro. I'll try to defend. That's a motherfucking lie. I'm sorry, man. I'm not picking no side. I can't pick a side. I got to stay neutral in my approach. But I am going to be honest. If I have to be honest, he won't fight nobody. You can't tell me you looked at that video and saw a brother fighting somebody. He won't fight nobody. He's outnumbered right now. He can't even get to his weapon. So what are we talking about? He can't hurt nobody. They know how to spin a narrative.
His head, and he's being pinned down by several people. At one point, this agent is even swinging his can of spray at Pretty's head. But let's move now to 6 seconds before Pretty's death. It's here we get our best understanding of how things escalate from a simple arrest to 10 shots fired at point-blank range. You're going to hear a whistle blowing, then listen as best you can to what the ICE agents are shouting. What we're hearing there is the gun, the gun, the gun, shouted repeatedly. And while that's happening, another agent shouts, "Get the gun." Listen once more. And it's at this moment we see this agent in the black pointy hat. He's pulling out his gun. So here's what both sides seem to agree on, that by all accounts, Pretti was killed.
Bro, I didn't watch the whole thing, so this is my natural reaction. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. With all due respect, they're lying to us. There's no way around it. They are lying to us. They think we're retarded. That man was on the ground. We heard them agents, surprisingly, he's got a gun, got a gun, got a gun. Then you sneak up. You wasn't even a part of the argument. You sneak up 10 rounds. 10 rounds for a man who didn't even pull out his weapon. It gets worse. What we say, Lady T, 1 to 8 is not a fair fight. He would have had time. He wouldn't have time to draw his weapon. This is common sense factor. There's 8 people on me. How am I gonna get to my weapon to draw it? And all y'all got weapons. Come on, man. If he had any intention to use it, he would have pulled it out the moment he saw the woman get pushed down to the ground. Exactly. If he was trying to be that kind of guy, the moment he saw that, he would have drawn his weapon, and then hey, it would have been all fair game. But he didn't do that. You still didn't even know he had a weapon. They already shot him point blank. He's dead now, and he proceeds to continue to shoot. 10 shots. When this came across my timeline earlier in the week, I was baffled. I'm like, yo, how are they gonna spin this? Do you know this is gonna? Listen, man, we might. Listen, the American people, they might just wake up one day. I'm not insinuating anything. But the American people might just wake up one day and realize these little protest shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Protest ain't gonna work with ICE. As I'm telling y'all right now, it better you just stay inside your house. Don't even bother come outside when them folks doing they do what they got to do. Because this is what's gonna continue to happen. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Carrying a gun at the time. Donald Trump posted this picture online. "This is the gunman's gun," he wrote. The slide pulled back. A black magazine placed for this photo to the gun's left, and towards the back of the gun, a 6-hour accessory of some kind. Based on the way it's bolted to the slide, possibly a red dot sight for aiming. The local police were asked about Pretti and said 2 things. He had no criminal record, and he was legally authorized to carry that gun.
The only interaction that we are aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry.
But here's where timing...
Yo, he has a right to carry the weapon. He ain't never been in a damn trouble, and he becomes a terrorist? Yo, bro. Yo. There's no way they could spin this shit. If they could spin it, somebody spin it and put it in the chat so I can understand the other side. I'm trying to understand the other side. I can't see it right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I cannot see it right now. You know what I'm saying? The American people are waking up. The problem is who has their back when it's the government giving orders and covering up stuff. Hey man, 100%. 100%. And I try not to do politics, but now I understand why politics is important, because look at the shit that's going on in Americas. Holy shit, man. God. I never thought I'd see the day this be happening, man.
and the chaos of the melee matter. What some of those ICE agents may or may not have known is that at the moment they shot him dead, Pretti was reportedly unarmed. A split second before the first shot is fired, this ICE agent has actually managed to take what appears to be Pretti's handgun off his person. And from this angle, across the street, we see something else. At least 5 shots appear to be fired while Pretti is already completely motionless on the ground. At this point, it doesn't really feel like self-defense anymore. And that's supported by the fact that the US Border Patrol chief seemed to count only half the shots fired as strictly defensive shots.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
The remaining 5 that we hear in the video, he leaves unmentioned.
As a federal agent, you have to be able to...
Oh, you named the 5 as defensive. The other 5 you forgot about. You see what I'm saying? You see these people talk as if they're not being recorded. But they gotta understand. Y'all talk like you're not being recorded. Y'all talk like we don't have the evidence. Y'all talk like we retarded. People in high places get away with some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I never thought I'd be talking like this. But I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing. This ICE thing needs to be reformed, changed somehow, some way, because this can't... 5 of the shots, the man was already gone. He wasn't even here no more. You shooting that roadkill. Come on, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. This man, this I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't know, man. I don't understand this shit, bro. Nice the other day, the government dangle stuff in our faces to distract us. 100%, man. 100%. So we ain't even focused on the truth. You know what I'm saying? We're not even focused. And I remember when she said that. We ain't even focused on the truth.
Articulate that the individual you're shooting your weapon at is a threat to light or serious bodily injury to yourself or others.
One other thing I've seen pointed out in various analyses of the video. After the first 5 shots, we see this one ICE agent clapping, 2 hard claps. Then he turns away quite calmly. Nothing in his movements suggests he perceives any immediate threat at all, and he barely reacts otherwise to the fact that his colleagues have just shot a man dead.
His body language was like he was happy. He clapped 2 times and walked off with a pep. This is why they got to cover their face. Now I understand why these agents got to cover their face. Because if they ever saw who these folks were, these folks wouldn't be safe in the community. Impossible. You can't tell me you're an ICE agent and yo, you can walk comfortably in your neighborhood. If Trump's not careful, yo, I'm telling you, man, this got to be reformed, because when people start waking up, yo, people's are smart. Yo, people's are smart. They will find you. You know what I'm saying? People's are smart. Philip James. Good morning, Philip. Good morning, brother. God bless your soul this morning on a Sunday morning. I'm talking about what we say here. As a lawful gun owner in the USA, it is illegal to carry a gun if you intend to break the law. Okay, facts. He was part of an organization resistant to ICE operations. They plan to interfering with federal. Okay, so now, see, that's why I have to hear the other side. You know what I'm saying? We got to hear the other side. So now, that's facts. You can carry a gun, but you can't just carry a weapon in any situation that you feel like. That's very true. And I'm assuming, say, you can't bring your gun to a peaceful protest. That's the other side. You can't just do that, right? So now, if now you're gonna look, now if he's a part of, you like not a part of conspiracy. Now you part of the opposition. You get what I'm saying? So I see that part of the game, because that's how they did mention that. You know what I'm saying? He's an extremist to it. So we got to see the other side of why they're saying that. All right, James, let's rock and roll this morning. All right.
The most straightforward argument the Trump administration has put
Hold
forward
on, let me get my monitor catch up here.
to justify the killing of an American citizen by ICE agents is that Alex Pretti was getting in the way, getting violent, and possibly just moments away from getting out his gun. But there's a second argument they're making, which theoretically applies no matter what the video shows.
You cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of
Okay, let's
protest
watch
that you want. It's that simple. You don't have that right to break the law and incite violence.
Any gun owner knows that when you are carrying a weapon, when you are bearing arms.
Yo, Philip just said the same thing. Holy shit. Yo, I told you, that's why I'm straight up and down like 6 o'clock. I can't be 6:01, I can't be 5:59. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't pick sides. That's why the chat, and how to chat the way it is. Because y'all is the co-host. Y'all come with the opinion, and we converse it. You heard what they said now. You can't just bring a weapon anywhere you want to now. That's what they said. What they said.
Arms and you are confronted by law enforcement, you are raising the assumption of risk and the risk of force being used against you.
I think what's being suggested here is that Pretti is in some way at least partly responsible for his own death, for the fact of bringing his handgun to a protest. The FBI director has even come to a conclusion about Pretti's allegedly hostile intent from the fact of bringing his handgun to a protest.
No one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines.
So here's what I'll say. Strictly speaking, law enforcement is more likely to feel threatened by someone with a gun than someone without one. But the flip side is that gun ownership is a Second Amendment right, and certainly not grounds for officers to simply assume you intend to fire it. Local law enforcement says Pretti was permitted to open carry, and nowhere in state or
Nah, chat going on. What we say? But is it it is peaceful if the agents are violent. The agents are very aggressive, though. I have to say that. Now these are very aggressive agents. I'm not gonna lie. They're definitely aggressive. You know what I'm saying? The moment they hear or see something they don't like, they immediately get aggressive. Based off the accounts that we see, they're not afraid to put their hands on anybody. That we can't argue that. They're not afraid to put their hands on anybody. Philip say, you can to a peaceful protest. They're gonna get into that. They get into that because there's places you can't bring your weapon to. Like you can't bring your weapon to a courthouse. You can't bring your weapon, into schools. But they do mention at a peaceful protest, you're allowed to bring your weapon. Now you're just not allowed to go outside and break the law. You get what I'm saying? You can't try to go out there and overstep your boundary and get in the way. That's a difference. At least that's what they're trying to spin it.
federal law is bringing a firearm to a protest illegal.
The state can restrict certain areas, like you can't bring a firearms into a federal building. You can't bring it into a school. So there are restrictions on where you can and cannot bring a firearm. But bringing a firearm to a protest is not one such restriction.
So here's the bottom line. What's happened in Minneapolis with this deadly shooting raises...
James hit it again. I swear, man, I think James, man, you on the ball this morning, man. Magan said it himself. A peaceful protest is not one of them places. He should have been allowed to bring his weapon. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to act different when you carry from versus you don't carry. 100%. Now, he had the weapon. I think I would have went down, I thought it would have went down regardless, but when they seen the weapon, it changed everything. Whether he was doing something with it or not, whether he was open carry and allowed to have it or not, I think knowing he had the weapon and he was kind of standing his ground, still trying to be protective of the ladies. It went south, man. It went south fast, man. He is licensed he's a license holder. Officers and agents should know this. Arrogance is bliss when you feel like you have authority. They never asked no questions about the weapon. They were too busy rushing the man. You get what I'm saying? He didn't even have time to even tell. I I don't even think he had time to tell him, "Hey, I have my weapon." You get what I'm saying? Like I've seen some people do when they're asked if they have weapons. Hey man, I got my weapon. It's, it's in the council, right? So let's continue, man. Let's see how they gonna break this one down.
Two very difficult questions. The first is whether law enforcement was justified in shooting at Alex Pretti 10 times, whether that's a reasonable use of deadly force. But the second question is much harder. It's whether...
Chat, that's a good question. Was he justified in letting off 10 shots? I would have to say no. I would have to say no. But I'm interested to know what the chat has to say. Because, I'm not a biased person. I let everybody have their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Americans will fully trust federal officials to get it right. Because what the most important decision makers in Trump's orbit have done is to severely prejudge the outcome of any investigation.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
And when confronted specifically with the video evidence and how it doesn't appear to support what they're saying.
This situation, again, is evolving. This situation is under investigation. Those facts will come to light.
But when does Pretti draw the gun exactly? One reporter asked. At exactly what point did ICE agents feel threatened?
Again, this situation's evolving. This is under investigation. Those facts will come to light.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. The first shot, cool. We disarmed you. We took the weapon. Right? So it says here, the first shot was a discharge from the gun. All right. The cop grabbed off his back, right? Yes, it's one of the cops shot him first. No. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with, they got the weapon. They got the weapon. The first shot is the first shot. You know what I'm saying? They got the weapon. What happened after that? I'm about to say, man, emotions is high. Emotions is high at that point, man. We could once they took the weapon out, man, it was like, bro. If that has to go to court, if the family has to bring that to court, they're gonna have to explain that part. How do you explain where there's 5 extra shots? Damn, maybe 9, 8 extra shots. You see what I'm saying? That it's gonna be very interesting. I don't think this is over. This is over, man.
Is where, at least for now, there are no more answers. There's the official account, there's the video, and very likely more protests and more violence to come.
Deng Majek has been sentenced to...
Man, oh man. What a situation. I honestly strongly feel maybe if he didn't have the weapon at the protest, it wouldn't happen. But it's not illegal for him to bring the weapons to the protest. But like my brother James said, if you do carry, you have to conduct yourself differently versus when you don't carry. See, if I was carrying, I wouldn't have been all in their faces like that. No. I wouldn't have did that. Because you don't know how this is gonna go. Even a regular police officer, the moment they hear you have a weapon, it changes their perception of the situation. You get what I'm saying? What you say? Number of shots has nothing to do with it. It'll be seen as one use of force. Oh, okay. Because they have to use, okay, so you're saying they're going to look at it as deadly force, they have to use the force. And I hear that too, in situations where it seems extreme, but whatever you gotta do to what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever you gotta do to neutralize, and when it gets dangerous, hey man, everything goes out the window. You get what I'm saying? Like once it gets dangerous, that's it, and all bets are off. So Jay, you got a point there. You definitely got a point there. You see, that's why we straight up and down like 6 o'clock. There's always two sides, and I always want to hear both. You get what I'm saying? I always say, you think Americans will storm the Storm the White House again. Only this time is because of the ICE agents. You know, hey man, the last time they stormed the White House, Uncle Trump kind of, you know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, you know what I'm saying? He didn't tell him to do it, but he didn't tell him not to do it. Would they rush the White House? I mean, if they smart, I would stay far away from that gold palace. No, but you know what? They might march down Washington. Keep the protesters peaceful and don't bring weapons to protest, man. For what? Like if it's a peaceful protest, for why you got your weapon? Leave it in the car. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes prevention is better than cure. Right? We can spin it any two ways, but sometimes prevention is better than cure. Man, that was a great conversation on that one, man. Y'all on the ball this morning. Now we got moving to the next segment. We in London, man. It's a very sad situation, man. These the immigration is bad, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's bad.
29 years minimum for murdering Rhiannon Whyte in October last year. The Sudanese asylum seeker attacked Rhiannon with a screwdriver on a train platform in Warsaw after she'd finished work at the hotel where he was staying. Our national reporter Jack Carson looks back at the case and a warning. This story does contain some distressing content.
This is the moment police arrested Deng Majek in his hotel room after he'd attacked a young mother waiting for her train home. Rhiannon Whyte died from her...
Listen, Deng attacked this lady for no reason at all. When I heard this story, I was like, yo, see, this is why you can't just let these people into your countries. You can't let anybody in your country. What are we talking about? For no reason. And then y'all just watch and see. You're going to be very disturbed, and then you understand why this immigration thing, and you allow these people to stay in hotels? Oh, my God.
Injuries 3 days later. Deng Majek, a Sudanese asylum seeker, had been staying at the Park Inn Hotel where Rhiannon worked, cleaning and serving food. On the 20th of October 2020...
What you say, AT? I feel like Americans are waking up and are ready for the fight. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream speech will actually come to light. Everybody will come together, black or white. I think it's about time everybody just stick together, man. You know what I mean? Everybody just stick together. Because I don't do coloring people. I think everybody should be allowed to have their opinion. I think, you know what I'm saying, that there's no right or wrong, it's the truth. But when it comes to any politics or any situations or anything like that, let's just band together. Stuff like this, it's not cool. But there's always two sides. Like the mother ladies, I can see how they call them crazy ass liberals, motherfuckers. I can see that because it was in the way. This brother, James, made me realize, hold on, though. You got to move differently versus when you have a weapon, when you don't have a weapon. If he knew he had the weapon, he shouldn't have been in their way. You get what I'm saying? He should have left the weapon at home. Maybe it would have been a lot different. Maybe he would have got, you know what I mean, a little roughed up a little bit, but he'd still be alive today. You know what I'm saying?
24, CCTV shows Majek staring at Rhiannon when she was handing out snacks. During the trial, a witness told Wolverhampton Crown Court they felt scared and worried he was going to do something that night. They even informed the hotel's security staff they all felt intimidated. After Rhiannon's shift ended at 11 p.m, she walked across the road to the Bescot train station. Unbeknown to her, Majek had waited outside in the car park and started to follow. Wearing what the prosecution described as distinctive clothing, he gradually got closer. He walks up the steps to the station. Seconds later, he attacks Rhiannon on the train platform. She sustained more than 20 stab wounds and died 3 days later from a brainstem injury. Majek is seen on CCTV leaving the train station. He throws Rhiannon's phone into the river, walks to a shop to buy alcohol and returns to the hotel. Detective Chief Inspector Paul Atwell from the British Transport Police called it a cowardly attack.
It was a brutal.
Look at that. Y'all let these people in your country sit in your nice hotels. He goes and does what he wants to do. Goes and gets alcohol with your money and goes back to a hotel paid by your people. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, they want to go south. You gonna sentence the man? Yo, get him out the country, bro. You won't use taxpayers' dollars to feed this man in prison. Man, I couldn't be a president, bro. Because what I would have did to that brother would have been totally different. I know I would have did that, man.
Cowardly and unprovoked attack on a vibrant, selfless young woman who had her whole life ahead of her. He has appeared completely unbothered, bored even, throughout this trial, much to the distress of Rhiannon's poor family.
As the emergency services arrived, footage recovered by police shows the Sudanese asylum seeker laughing and dancing to music in the hotel car park. The prosecution told the jury Majek was clearly excited by what he had done. Forensic scientists found Rhiannon's blood on Majek's jacket, trousers, shoes and jewellery. DNA recovered from swabs of his fingernails were also a match for Ms Whyte. Jurors at Wolverhampton Crown Court deliberated for just 2 hours and 5 minutes before reaching a unanimous guilty verdict. Speaking outside court, Rhiannon's sister Alex said they'd seen no remorse from Majek.
There is no end to the pain or suffering we have had to endure or continue to experience. On that horrific day, our precious Rhiannon was shown no mercy. Throughout this trial, we have been given no reason as to why he chose Rhiannon, no accountability for his actions, and no remorse. She fought for her life and to save herself from this sick, twisted, and cowardly human.
Rhiannon Whyte was a mother, an auntie, a sister, and a daughter whose life was taken in the most horrific way. Jack Carson, GB News.
We are here at Kokwani village where
It's wild, man. That is wild. But I'm not sending him to prison for 29 years on my dollar. Yeah, no. We taking him out back and we getting rid of it. That's it. There ain't no conversation. Because he ain't had no remorse when he did that to the lady. And she's a citizen of the UK. So if you do that to my citizen, I got the right to do what I got to do to you. That's how I would operate as the president. They can call me whatever they want to call me. You know what I'm saying? I would not play by the rules. I'd make my own. You know what I'm saying? That's why, in a way, I kind of like Donald Trump. I'm not even gonna lie. Nigga do what the fuck you feel like when the fuck you feel like doing. That's a sign of a good nigga. And nigga, y'all motherfuckers, we keeping the money in America. We keeping the jobs in America. We adding tariffs on these other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it extreme? Yes. Goddamn right it's extreme. But sometimes it gotta be extreme. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Before I move on. Why I say that? Because the president or whatever in the UK, you niggas got to get a backbone. Get a backbone for your people. Because this shit can't be happening. You know what I'm saying? Get a backbone. You heard me? Now, where are we going to again? It's a flood, man. I think it's Mozambique. This is bad. This is terrible. But it has a good ending. You know what I'm saying?
woman and her 2 daughters have been rescued after being trapped, between 2 rivers for 3 days actually. So she was unable to come back home. And fortunately, now as we speak, the EMS managed to rescue this family, and now they are back home. But I want to speak to them and just to get, to the bottom of the story, because we understand that they were going to, they crossed the river while it was not flowing. But when they were trying to come back, when they came back, actually, they found that the river was actually overflowing and they were unable to cross, and they were trapped for 3 days in that particular, in the bush. They also managed to call upon the public to assist, and this public also alerted the EMS, but the EMS were also unable to go through without, getting a chopper. But to speak more on this matter, I'm now joined here by Mayor Mahosi. Thank you so much for joining us here on SABC. Just tell us, how are you feeling after being rescued, particularly after spending 3 days in the bush?
Hey, nandori buwa bathu ba mzimu. Shodo thoma ndiri buwa bosa gore benda babidzelela bari ndiko tuwa ndiko fonela mapholisa ngoba gidima batuwa bayihani ngei ndo dayirwa nga mulambo ndisakoni mara ndadzula 3 days dakana ndisali ndisanwi mara nefana ndava ndihone ndatenda uri zvezvi zvemudzimu vanyitazo ndi mudzimu vonyitawo thamusi kara ndova ndihayani kana ndomwe fethu ndova thamusi naidova ndokuvara kana woita chimwe chithu khanne.
That's Mayor Tisikoni Mahosi, who was rescued along with her 2 daughters. One is 18 years old and the other one is 16-year-old. She's saying that she wants to actually, thank the police and the EMS for assisting them because they've been living in the bush trapped by those two rivers and they were unable to cross either one of them for 3 days. They survived without eating and they were just drinking water from the rain and they were actually, living under the tree. That's basically what she's saying, and that she's telling us that the children are also fine because they received, medical attention from the EMS as we speak. They were also given food, water as well. But I also want to speak to the EMS itself because they've been carrying out this, operation. As we understand that they used a chopper all the way from Pretoria to come here to rescue this family, and now they are safe. But I want to speak to Ntate Soli Mohale. Thank you so much for talking to us here on SABC.
3 days. Oh, shoot, man. God is good. God is good because they have mass floodings right now, you know what I'm saying, in the region. Like, it's bad. You get what I'm saying? I didn't cover all of it because this was kind of like the main story that hit my timeline. But for you to be trapped for 3 days, nothing but water, your two daughters, man, God is good. When you think, you know what I'm saying, it's bad. Somebody probably got it worse than you, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Mohale, just take us through, how did you manage to pull through this, operation to assist this family?
Thank you. Yeah, we received a call from the South African police yesterday around 8 o'clock, where they were telling us about the 3 patients that are trapped in the middle of nowhere. And then we had to dispatch a team from the provincial office led by our principal, Ntate Mavoja, Gwena Mavoja. And also we had a team from Mopane, the rescue team as well from Wembe. They were dispatched to this site, and then upon arrival here, indeed, they found the patients trapped along the middle of nowhere. And then what we realized upon arrival here yesterday, we noticed that we could not be able to go through because as the river was flowing very, very high. Then we had to request our local chopper here. Unfortunately, due to weather, the chopper aborted the mission. Late in the evening, we decided to abort the mission and agreed that we will resume today in the morning. Around 4 o'clock, the rescue team resumed their duties, and then we engaged our director, Mr. Ngwejana, so that he could engage the other provinces that are using the chopper that could work under this kind of condition. Hence, we have already alluded that the chopper came from EMS in Gauteng. It's because of our principal, Mr. Ngwejana, who agreed with Gauteng. Then they brought the chopper here. We were able to, the chopper for EMS, we were able to rescue the 3 patients, the mother and the 2 children. Then indeed, we had to put them in our ambulances, check their condition. Their condition was stable. We were worried about hypothermia, but they looked fine because they took about 3 days in that island. And then we were able to treat them where we could be able to treat them, and then we gave them food. It's unfortunate most of our team are still trapped on the other side of the river. I would have wished Mr. Mavoja could have been doing the interview, but it's unfortunate they are still trapped on the other side. We will be waiting also because they slept here at Chipise Clinic. We organized that they sleep around here at Chipise Clinic, and then I'm sure they are also tired and they are hungry. We got food for them. Then immediately the river subsides, we'll be able to provide them with food.
Man, God is good all the time, man. That could have went very, very south. For 3 days, you're trapped, it's flooding, the rains won't subside, you're under a tree, you got to drink the rainwater, you can't eat anything. Man. We got to be thankful for the life we live. I'm not going to lie to y'all. We got to be thankful for the life we live. Now, I'm going to Israel. I'm going to Gaza. The Gaza Strip is on fire. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And Gaza is a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? But this shit got to stop.
It came without warning. An Israeli strike hitting a city of tents in Al-Mawasi, a displacement camp in the south of the Strip, where tens of thousands of Palestinians live in squalor. This attack killing at least 7 people, all from the same family.
I was at dawn prayers when I heard something explode. We came running and found my cousins lying here and there with fire raging. We don't know if we're at war or at peace. Where is the truce?
Every day there is killing and death and killing. We're dying slowly. Let them finish us for good. What should we do? Now they create boards and talk about peace. I asked them to come and see peace here and see the people in the tents.
At the local hospital, doctors have been trying to save some of the youngest victims. In the north, more Israeli attacks. This time on a police...
Bro, people live in these cities. Like, you attacking real things. Yo, listen, man. I know there's ICE in America, but I think this tops ICE in America, man. Yo, listen, I live in a city. You know what I'm saying? A suburbs, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Imagine right now my suburbs are bombing the shit. Oh. The world, it's a beautiful place. But stuff like this, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand.
Station in Gaza City's Sheikh Ridwan neighborhood.
I heard the strike on the police station. What happened is that there are martyrs, there are casualties, and there are people that are dismembered. There is fear and terror, and this is the peace that Jews talk about. It's only on paper and not actual. The war is still ongoing.
The ceasefire is just for show, but in reality there's no ceasefire. There's targeting, there's destruction. This is our situation as Palestinians.
Rescue equipment is limited, but they know there are people trapped.
The civil defence teams are working with minimal tools and equipment, and we're actually digging with our bare hands. Our tools are simple: dustpans, a mallet, a shovel and a cutter.
The Israeli army says it's attacking Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad weapons depots and manufacturing sites across the Strip. The escalation marking one of the bloodiest days since a ceasefire came into effect in October last year. Israel has repeatedly violated the ceasefire since October, and for most Palestinians, it never felt the war had ever ended. And with these new attacks, people fear...
Man, free Palestine, man. Leave them niggas. Israel gotta leave them niggas alone, man. Leave the Palestinians alone, man. God damn, let them cross country in peace, man. What the fuck is going on? You bombing they place like that? Man, free Palestine, man. I don't give a goddamn. You know, I pick a side. I pick a side. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because what them people doing to you? They minding their own business and you bombing they come on, man. This real cities getting bombed. I don't know. Can that happen in the US? Can that happen in Canada? Perhaps, but I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
It will impact the reopening of the crossing on Sunday. Hani Mahmoud, Al Jazeera, from Gaza City, Palestine.
Firefighters try unsuccessfully to...
Moving up from Palestine, but yo, man, listen, on the Gaza Strip, leave my Palestinians alone. You understand what I'm saying? Please, for the love of God, just leave them Palestinians alone. You already have your place. It's called Israel. Stay over there and relax. The fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. Now, I'm going to Guatemala. Yeah, listen. It's a prison riot. Shit went south. Only thing I want to know about Guatemala is the women. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get me some exotic looking felines. If I go to Guatemala, I ain't worried about no prison and shit. But today, I gotta worry about the prison and shit.
Revive a wounded police officer outside the Justice Center in Villanueva on Sunday. He was one of 7 officers shot dead as gangs retaliated after authorities moved back into prisons taken over by inmates. Social media videos show at least 3 prisons in flames. Dozens of guards were taken hostage, part of a coordinated uprising sparked by the government's refusal to loosen prison conditions for senior gang leaders. At the high-security Renovación 1 prison in Escuintla, masked inmates seized watchtowers as police and soldiers formed a tight perimeter outside.
How are they going to protect our lives in this place? They are not. Look at the state of this prison.
By Sunday, authorities said they had regained control of Renovación 1 and freed the hostages. Police footage shows alleged gang members being rounded up and recaptured. Among them, Aldo Dupi, known as El Lobo, widely reported as the top leader of the Barrio 18 gang. But soon after, the coordinated attacks on police broke out in and around Guatemala City. Interior Minister Marco Antonio Villeda said the government would not negotiate, announcing joint police-army operation to secure urban areas.
We arrested 7 gang members, either moments before carrying out attacks or shortly after they had done so. Also, 1 gang member was killed after police responded to an attack on officers' lives.
Guatemala has long struggled with criminal violence linked mainly to the Barrio 18 and Mara Salvatrucha MS-13 gangs, both designated terrorist organizations by Guatemala and the United States. The latest unrest began last year when authorities moved senior gang leaders to the Renovación prison. As authorities worked to restore order, residents were warned of possible attacks on civilians and urged to stay indoors. Public events in the capital have been cancelled as security forces remain on high alert. Alessandro Ampietti, Al Jazeera.
Commuters not paying their fare is a...
Man, Guatemala, them gangsters. I don't fuck with no MS-13 though. I'm telling you right now. I had a situation one time with one of MS-13 niggas, it could have went completely left. You know what I'm saying? Man pulled out a shank on me and shit. I was like, oh, on the bus. It was long time ago though. Long time ago. That was my partner. Man, I was like, shit. Them MS-13 niggas, they wild. They ain't no joke, man. I ain't gonna lie. Them motherfuckers don't play no games. You feel me? New York City. I love New York City. New York City is the #1 state, views-wise, demographic-wise, on the channel. So I got number love for my kinfolk in New York. You feel me? As a matter of fact, number love to New York. Y'all got a problem with the goddamn... We used to jump the turnstiles too. I ain't gonna lie like a motherfucker, man. We used to jump them turnstiles.
growing problem across the country, but nowhere is it worse than here in New York. It's estimated almost half of all riders don't pay, resulting in $1 billion in lost revenue. Now, new measures are being tested out to stop fare beaters, but are they working? Here's Ann Mercogliano.
Can anything stop them? They climb over. They even slide below. Flagrant fare evaders are everywhere on the New York City subway, despite authorities installing an arsenal of new devices to combat the problem. Many of the old turnstile bars are getting a makeover with the installation of these paddles to prevent fare dodgers from jumping over. And these new plastic door gates seem to be impenetrable. So, are they? Apparently not. One after the other at this station near Times Square, the paddles didn't seem to stop these fare jumpers. This woman crawls right underneath.
With Inside Edition, you didn't pay your fare, right?
Oh no. And those plastic door gates? We watched as these fare evaders outsmarted the gates. Their trick? The first guy pays the fare while the 2 behind slide past before the gates close.
You guys paid the fare? No.
But at least they got kicked out by cops. These subway riders are already making a mockery of the plastic gates by filming fare-beating hacks and posting them online. Danny Fisher even put on what he calls the Fare Evasion Olympics to show the ineffectiveness of the new plastic gates.
We're here for New York City's very first Fare Evasion Olympics.
In this event, these contestants scale the gates.
It's like clearly not that much more effective than, you know, whatever the other turnstiles were.
This crew is taking fare evasion to the extreme. One by one, they all crawl beneath these gates on their stomachs. And to avoid paying, this guy throws his jacket over the gate sensors to prevent the doors from closing. And just like that, they all file through. Why do you not pay the fare? on the New York City subway?
Okay, so sometimes I don't pay the fare because they're upping the price on the fare. Right now it's up to $3, but there's a lot of bad things that's happening on the train, like as far as the service, the times when the train comes, there's a lot of homeless people on the trains, sleeping, people are getting hurt.
To top it off, he grabbed a pink scooter, slid right underneath, and off he goes.
In response to the viral subway stunt, a spokesperson for New York's subway system says, in part, they're not concerned with the opinions of minor league trolls who steal rides from New Yorkers for internet attention.
So it's not often you meet.
No, you need to be worried about those minor league trolls who's getting attention on the internet. They're embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he say. They all said, F this fare. Goddamn right. I ain't paying shit. You can put whatever plastic you want. We going underneath that shit. Or over top of that motherfucker. I love how people can make light of what's supposed to come off like a challenge. You know what I'm saying? At least they're having fun with it now. You know what I'm saying? But the man had a point. Y'all keep raising the fare. Y'all, the service is terrible. There's homeless people. There's all kind of wild stuff happens on the New York subway lines. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of wild stuff. So why would I pay you? You know what I'm saying? Fix the service. Let us feel safe. You know, in public transit. Apart from that, I ain't paying for the shit. I don't wrong them. I don't wrong them at all. I mean, I was a little nigga. We used to jump turnstiles all the time. We got a feel-good story this morning. Let's go.
Meet a super centenarian. Yeah, that's somebody who lives to be 110. There's a woman in Winter Haven who just reached that incredible milestone. She is Gertrude Williams, 111 years old. Her birthday today. Happy birthday.
Wow. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer was there as family and friends celebrated her long, impactful life.
Only 1 in 100,000 people lives to be 110. Gertrude Williams just made it to 111.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to.
Yo, somebody bust the pole, man. Shit, hold on, y'all. I fucked up. Hold on.
Gertrude celebrated her birthday Wednesday surrounded by friends and family at Vivo Healthcare in Winter Haven. The crowd included loved ones from Connecticut.
All right. I was going to say, and I pressed the wrong button, that somebody bust the pole this morning. See, I've been waiting for somebody to bust the pole, and God bless your soul this morning. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they said no, this was an ICE agent defense. Am I right? Yeah, self-defense by ICE. Hey, man, they might be able to prove it. They might be able to say it was self-defense. I brought the weapon, but I personally didn't see where he was trying to be a threat. That's my personal opinion. I don't think he was a threat. But they gonna try to spin it like, hey man, why'd you hide the weapon there? So God bless your soul for busting the pole this morning. I'm talking about 111 years old, man. Years young, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? That's OG right there.
Prize that brought her to tears.
I held it long as I could. If they hadn't come in here, I still wouldn't have cried.
And to still have her mind, to still be able to talk to you, to still tell stories and remember things, and to know who you are and remember you, that's a blessing.
Gertrude was born in 1915. Woodrow Wilson was president. Her hometown of Winter Haven was incorporated only 4 years earlier and was just beginning to grow. Gertrude would eventually take a job as a nanny.
From my first year of life, she has been my nanny. And so growing up, she was a great mentor and part-time companion.
Over time, Dean King, now in his 70s, saw her as a second mother.
And as my mother developed Alzheimer's disease, she was there to help. And so she's family.
Gertrude became a fixture in her church well into her hundreds. She says her faith recently helped her walk again for the first time in 6 years. She also believes that's her secret to a long life.
Trust in God. That's the only one. He made you.
Friends say there also might be something else to it.
Great genetics.
Probably a big part of it,
but
right?
Exercise and she's always been a very active person.
Whatever the secret is, loved ones hope this super centenarian continues passing along the kind of wisdom she's imparted on them.
To believe in yourself, be kind, she always say, and love everybody.
In Winter Haven, Aaron Mesmer, Fox 13 News.
Our top story, morning turn to
Man, 111 years old. What we said, Lady T, $3 for bus fare is actually really good. Over here it's like $4.50. Yeah, it's and they keep raising it. It might end up being $5. And that's $4.50 one way. Another $4.50 back. Come on with it, man. We're up to $9. Holy shit. 111 and can walk. It's amazing. I was thinking the same thing, man. She ain't been able to walk for 6 years. And now you're 111 and you can still get up and walk. Trust in God, man. That's what the lady said, man. Trust in God, have prayer, man. Believe, bro. And not even believe, no in the presence, man. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we got a situation here, man. A couple more things before we wrap up the segment this morning. All right, let's continue.
mayhem.
A complete chaos.
Shaken.
Tonight, investigators are working to piece together what led to gunfire erupting during a funeral. The chaos led to hundreds of mourners running for their lives. Thanks so much for joining us for 5 on Your Side at 10. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Tonight, 6 people are recovering after gunshots rang out both inside and outside the Cotton Branch Mortuary on North Florissant Road. All new at 10. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon has new information and new reaction from the funeral director.
It was supposed to be a private service, rescheduled from Saturday due to the snow. No one could have predicted it would end with gunshots and more than 30 evidence markers littering the pavement.
Less than 2 minutes, we had a first officer arrived on the scene. He immediately called out for an officer in need of aid. It's complete chaos. We had hundreds of individuals attending this funeral. Numerous individuals obviously running in different directions.
One witness tells 5 on Your Side she felt the tension the moment she arrived. She says she saw wall-to-wall parking and a long line at the door because staff were searching every person who entered. Even with those precautions, the gunfire still found its way inside.
It was quite unexpected. You know, there's always in certain situations a possibility of those things happening, but it was somewhat unexpected today.
Funeral director Archbishop Michael West says staff were left shaken. Police say 6 people were hurt, 3 by gunfire, 2 by flying glass, and 1 hit by a car in the frantic rush to leave the lot.
We were able to stop a couple people, persons of interest that was possibly involved with this. We also recovered a couple guns.
For West, who has spent more than 60 years in funeral service, the lack of respect for the grieving process is what stings the most.
I have seen it in the past, but it has only been in these latter times. I lived through a period of time when the most unruly people respected death and the cultural way in which we handled it.
Police confirm they have multiple persons of interest now in custody. Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
To Mississauga, where a 55-year-old woman is dead.
That is terrible, man. Like, there's certain things that just be off limits, bro. Family is grieving. Whatever was done is done. Like, come on, man. Let the family grieve in peace, man. Some people are cowards. That's a cowardly move right there, man. Like, God. I hope they find them folk that did that, though. Lock them up and throw away the key. You know what I'm talking about? One more thing to get into for our last part of the day. It's a very touching story, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all rocking and rolling with a player partner this morning. You know what I'm talking about?
After what police believe was a random attack, investigators were called to a plaza near Dundas Street and Dixie Road just before 8 o'clock on Friday night. They found the woman suffering from severe injuries and she later died in hospital. Police also say that an additional victim, a 61-year-old man, was attacked shortly before at a bus stop but is expected to survive. Police say they have arrested and charged a 58-year-old man with second-degree murder and aggravated assault. At this point, police are still unsure of the suspect's motive.
It is with our deepest condolences.
The city's not the same, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Canada's not, Ontario's not the same. Mississauga, Brampton, Peel, Toronto, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is running rampant. They got to get some folks some help, man. That seems like some mental health shit. There's been a lot of random attacks going on, man. Something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. But we got an RIP moment, man. You know, if y'all know Sanford or something, man, y'all know the player partner, man. Don't need no introduction. You know what I'm talking about?
That we have to report that Grady Demond Wilson of Sanford & Son fame and of the golden era of Hollywood has passed away at the age of 79. Wilson, who was a veteran of the Vietnam War in the mid-1960s and would become a decorated soldier, leaves behind 6 children and a wife of over 50 years. TMZ would break the news Saturday morning. Wilson's son, Demond Wilson Jr., tells TMZ he was pronounced dead Friday morning at his home in Palm Springs, California. He passed away from complications related to cancer. As mentioned before, his life in Hollywood, Wilson was a Vietnam soldier who would find himself on TV of millions after starring in Sanford & Son for 6 seasons. Wilson would continue his acting when the series did come to an end, to later find himself behind the pulpit.
No idea he was a Vietnam soldier. Imagine this nigga as a Vietnam soldier holding weapons and shit fighting the Viet Cong. Holy shoot. I'm glad I wasn't born them times. I don't think I would have made a good soldier. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think I would have made a good soldier.
As an ordained minister. His last known credit, according to IMDb, would be in 2023's Eleanor's Bench.
Oh, he said, Lady T, it's disgusting behavior. What they did to the funeral is terrible, man. You have no conscience, respect for the dead, no respect for the living, no respect at all. I see some folks saying, I don't know, man. Some folks are deranged, and I don't understand their thought process.
As many should know, in recent years, I myself had the honor of getting to know Mr. Wilson, both on camera and some may not have known, even off camera, after he was a guest on Hype Plus several times. His no-nonsense style was both refreshing and one I appreciated, despite how embarrassing some of our conversations would leave me, as I appeared childish compared to a man who overcame a lot. In conclusion, the men in dresses thing, do you know the origin of that? Did you ever get approached at it?
So to take your manhood from you.
Did you ever get approached back in the day?
Yeah, how long we been talking?
We've been talking for probably maybe close to 35, 40 minutes.
Do I seem like type of Negro that you could come to with some bull manure like that?
People, I mean, Terry Crews got approached.
Who?
Terry Crews got approached. She got groped by...
Terry Crews is in a different era, brother. I'm from the golden era of Hollywood, the first 50 years of the motion picture television industry. Is what I'm from. I'm a sojourner. I wasn't supposed to live this long, I guess. My show wasn't supposed to still be relevant this long, I guess. Kids 12 and 13 years old weren't supposed to recognize me walking down the street, I guess.
Right. I only asked that because I've seen multiple people, even on our platform.
Where was Terry Crews when that? Wait a minute. Let me set you straight, young brother. 35. Where was Terry Crews when that happened? At one of their parties.
Yes.
I didn't go to one of their parties. I didn't go to none of their parties. They would nominate me.
Yo, this guy's a G. He checked them. We ain't doing no dresses over here. Let me see what he said. He cussed so political. Yeah, it was so precise. I'm like, this nigga, yo. If you're gonna set somebody straight, that's how you gotta set them straight.
Or whatever, I never went. I didn't partake in that nonsense. I told my wife when we first met, if people see me on the street and say, Demond Wilson, I hate your black ass. Okay. Demond Wilson, I love your black ass. Okay. All I want from my career, Cicely's my wife's name, is for my work to speak for me. Apparently it still is, isn't it?
That's a fact. Behind the scenes, he stayed who he gave the cameras, a man from a previous era who lived and gained the wisdom that this generation needed. His frustration with today's men and women was consistent. He saw a better version for us than the current state of some black men and black women not being married and operating as a whole. I would share with him about my newest chapter of being a father of 2, and before I would propose to my now fiance, you could feel the side eye of me not having been married before our children. But I understood the perspective. Back in November 2025, I would check on Demond after some time just to see how he was doing, and the man who spoke with fire appeared to be a bit more at ease. Wilson would disclose with me that he had a health scare, but never shared what it was, and I, out of respect, did not share what it was he was experiencing, but could tell it was serious, despite me and him not making it the focus of our conversations. Wilson's passing not only is something I'm still processing, but highlights concerns about the industry who has used black talent to help build it up, but when it's time to give back, when they have retired from working, they're often forgotten. Both Damon Wilson and his co-star.
That is facts, man. You give your life to the work. You give your life to the industry. And when you pass away, man, they don't give you your roses, man. They don't give you your flowers, man. They move on past you. On to the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Mr. Wilson, though, man. I don't watch Sanford and Son. I remember my partner one day gave me some VHSs of Sanford and Son, because I missed that. I missed that era. You know what I'm saying? I don't watching that shit, man. Funny, man. Red Fox, man. You know what I'm saying? Some legendary players in the game, man. But that brings us to the end of our segment today. It's February. It's a new month, man. We made it through January. Thanks to everybody that popped in. You know what I'm saying? Fleetwood story tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time roll call. We get into this big stretch. Why nobody went to his funeral? Why the man? Remember they said that he was a part of the Jimmy Henchman setup? We're going to get into that tonight. 9 p.m. Fleetwood Stories. Y'all got to tune in. It's the time of the day where I show love to everybody that popped in. Shout out to Lady T. Salute to you. And shout out to everybody in Ontario. Miss Knight on roll call. My day one. Shout out to everybody in New Jersey. You know what I'm talking about? Philip James, my player partner, my partner player. God bless your soul. You know what I'm saying? You always come with the other perspective. You know what I'm saying? And perspective is what we need. Because I ain't never going to pick no side. We straight up and down like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate everybody watching. I'm going to see y'all again this evening, 9 p.m. Fleetwood Stories. And I'm talking about big stretch. And as always, play on, player. Play on.